Welcome back to the setup, guys. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. My name is Lorenzo. I'm the co-founder of the Limitless Trading Academy. It's my duty to help you out here and my pleasure to lead you through today's session, especially tomorrow, guys. We're going to talk about the NFP a lot. We're going to be live trading tomorrow. So for the core people that are here, fantastic that you're here, because we're going to go over all the data, the historical data that we need to know for us tomorrow. So when we're live trading, we can make the live decisions. We can do everything right now already. So we're fully prepared for tomorrow's session. So let's dive right away in the charts right here. Right now already. There we go. Let's pull it back, guys, to the news for today. To be honest, quick release series. The initial jobless claims coming along in 20 minutes. To be honest, I have not really high expectations for gold or a massive expansion and for gold. And I'll tell you exactly why that is in a reason here. Okay, so tomorrow NFP will come out. All right, keep in mind, major news, major news event. So if you think that today will be a little bit slow, price will move up, looking to break out but does not break out and comes down again, then understand that this could be a moment for you to start range trading. Okay, so I will go back also for the gold prediction for today, so you at least have something in mind here for the next coming hours ahead of us. I think it's very important to do so. But the NFP will come out here, okay? The employment rate, practically seeing how things are doing right here, extremely important, especially because it's already almost the last quarter, or it is the last quarter of the year, but almost the last month of the year as well here. So let's dive quickly into the dollar. Super important. We talked about the dollar yesterday. We said we wanted to see a rejection, 104.2. We have seen a rejection for now happening, okay? So we came back up here once, we tapped into it twice again, so 1, 2, 3. We're now seeing that potential rejection happening here for the dollar. So the dollar is at this moment not particularly looking that strong, okay? I know we have news coming here. The question is, how big will that expansion will be? Well, what needs to happen right now, the following. We need to start breaking the 103.859. That's what I'm personally looking for in order to see if it could lead further or towards further continuation in the short term for the dollar right here, okay? So very important, dollar is now in resistance, is not looking that strong. If we flip this barrier at 103.859, I'm looking for that continuation here, potentially in the short term for the dollar. All that makes sense. Now, very interesting things that happened here. And we talked about this a couple of sessions ago. We talked about the Japanese yen changing up their monetary policy. And you see right now, the yen absolutely going mental here. Couple more charts and then we're going to go over gold, but this is very interesting right here. The yen basket broke out, daily time frame, massive breakout. We have not seen a break like this since months and months ago here. So the fact that we can close this potentially above could be very interesting for you if you are some sort of swing trade, trader, whatever the case may be. This could be a moment for you to capitalize on a potential moving direction for the Japanese yen here. So your goal and our goal is to then figure out which currencies against the yen are performing weaker, right? And based upon that, we can potentially look for these particular swing trade opportunities. Now, the one that I want to show you here on the daily time frame is this whole trend here, guys. And let me grab my pen here real quick. There we go. This whole trend. Look at what we have been building here. Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Very beautiful. We have been building this trend up for a long period of time right now. We are breaking super aggressive. So if we're going to close our Japanese yen right here above this particular high, above the 6,895, then I want to see the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen here potentially closing just as where it is right now, okay? Completely fine with it here. Why? Because we already broke a significant low. As you can see right there, this low has been broken. We are now closing. What I wanted to do then for next time, leading into next week, is to push up potentially tomorrow and get rejected, potentially look for a short-term trade tomorrow. So that means that potentially looking for a short tomorrow for the Australian dollar against the yen here, potentially want to see it leading in towards further continuation to the downside. So when talking about swing trades, this is one of my top tier trades, you could say, if we close and if we actually look for all these confluences coming together, especially if the yen pushes through here. Super nice. GJ, very similar. This is on the monthly time frame, okay? I'm gonna go into the lower time frame in a second here, but this is the monthly previous high we're talking about right here. It's not the previous monthly, no, it's the previous high, the previous swing high years ago, okay? We're talking 8 years ago to be exact. Now, this high right here has been holding up extremely strong. We are getting rejected from it. The yen is now making big moves here, so let's take this back towards the 4-hour chart here, and look what happened. We tapped into that monthly high, extreme easy rejection, no-brainer for the Japanese yen here. Still was struggling a little bit, trying to hold on, build up that liquidity, but eventually just absolutely came down super aggressive over the last couple of hours here. So yesterday it started, the yen broke out, we broke through, we took out the previous lows right here, right now. So these lows are taken out right here. So this could mean a major shift for the yen pairs, okay? So again, GJ, Euro yen, Australian dollar against yen, major shift scenarios on the higher time frame, not just the lower time frame here, a little scalp, no, higher time frame, potentially looking at a transition, okay? And if that's the case, opportunity leads usually, right here in that section where we see that flip happening here, okay? That transition from a swing trade, these opportunities are not always there. So when they're there, we have to truly capitalize, guys. Super important, very interesting. Now, quickly, Bitcoin before we move into gold, because we're gonna talk about gold a lot today, okay? Bitcoin, rejection, 43,321 right now. Still a significant increase from where we were before, okay? We overall gained around 50% over the last couple of weeks. Massive for Bitcoin, we know that. But right now we are back in this range, okay? We call this the value area high. We have the point of control. The guys in the community know exactly what I'm talking about here. Value area high rejection point, weekly candle, weekly high, horizontal support and resistance. In this case, a resistance level. A lot of confluences are coming together here. Obviously, we're gonna see some sort of reaction from it. So look at this. We have been now coming, reacting, getting rejected there. Could not break the 44.1K. Now we're breaking internal structure, okay? So Bitcoin right now at this particular moment is finally giving us a little bit of a breather, okay? I was waiting for this moment to happen here, and you see already that we're now seeing internal consolidation. Now we have that expansion, we're looking for that pullback, and then potentially looking for the short-term continuation to the downside, back towards the starting, at least, with the $42,000 here. Okay, we already gained, or at least lost a decrease of around 3%. But what's interesting right here now to mention is that our two levels coming very, very close together. And I think that the point of control will be potentially a nice level to short from. So if you're looking for shorts here, 43.786. However, keep in mind, Bitcoin is very sensitive right now, extremely bullish. But again, we usually trade against the trend, right? Against what other traders are doing here. So when people are extremely bullish and you see this happening here, charts never lie, following just a systematic process. This is the process we're looking for. Higher time for rejection, internal consolidation, expansion, retracement, looking for a short-term continuation. Rules are rules, and that we're here to follow them, okay? Now let's dive into gold here, because this is where it gets interesting, guys. We are now looking at some very interesting news that's coming tomorrow, the NFP right here. And most of you guys here are gonna be there tomorrow with us for the live trading. Let me look in the chat real quick. Who's gonna be here tomorrow live on stream? Lorenzo, Corrado, live trading session, the NFP. Let me know in the chat here. And let's talk about gold. And let's look at the expectations here. I wanna see who's here with me today. So tomorrow, we can actually make it happen live. Let's make that happen here. Let's see, Lord Blanket, yes, Corey, Griffin, Chris, Vicky, Maria, Bennett, amazing. Okay, Abhishek, Gibbon, Chris, okay. Looking forward, man. Tomorrow live trading, looking forward to it, NFP. So let's talk about this, okay? What is gonna be my approach, all right? I'm just gonna lead you through everything. I want you to be fully prepared here, so it's amazing that you're here right now already. So we are actually knowing what we're gonna do here, okay? Let's go a little bit back into the results, into previous historical technical data here, okay? 3 months, all right? October, November, December. Let's look at November and let's look at October here. Hope you can see it. October was that low, okay? We're gonna go over each specific month here, but this was that low. This is where we pivoted, okay? We pivoted in October during the NFP. The NFP was the pivot. That was the lowest point of this overall range, all the way down from 18, let's say 15, all the way back up to 21.40, okay? That's where it started, October. Now, November, we had a particular short-term local high at around 2009. That was in November, okay? We came down, we continued our momentum to the upside here, but this is where we, in the short term, pivoted real quick, okay? Now, December is the next step. So what's gonna happen here? Well, let's start out looking at October first. I think this is extremely important, okay? Let's dive into October. So number one, consolidation, right? Okay, look at November as well, consolidation. Look at December right now, consolidation, okay? So if you're trying to predict, particularly today, a massive move for gold, look at November, look at October, and make your own conclusion from there. Is it worth it? Do you think gold is gonna go to the moon up or down? It could happen, but look at October, look at November, look at what we're doing right now in December. It is very common for gold to particularly range 2 or 3 days before the NFP. Ranging, okay? Tighter and tighter and tighter, building as much liquidity as possible. That's the goal here. So looking at October here, what happened? The consolidation came out, okay? NFP came on right at the end of that range. What happened here, guys? I want to see it in the chat. Let's go over it real quick. What do you guys see here? October, NFP. What happened when the NFP came out? Let me know in the chat here. Can't football, my man. Great to see you, bro. Guys, let's make sure that you smash up that like button here. We have 369 people watching. We have 92 likes. Come on, guys. Let's make it happen here. I hope to see you tomorrow as well for the live trading session. It will be absolutely amazing. Prime says manipulation. Absolutely. Manipulation. What happened here? Very straightforward manipulation. Happens all the time during the NFP. Okay? NFP comes out here. It swiped the lows. People are like, okay, we're gonna go short. Breakdown, breakdown. Gold was already bearish, okay? Think about the fact that when gold came down already significantly, people had that mindset of gold is weak in their head. What they then see is that consolidation, and then they see that breakdown during the NFP, huge sums of people going short, sell stops getting activated, you name it, okay? Early short, early longers, trying to catch the bottom, getting stopped out here. So what happened was we squeezed out everyone before, came down, eventually broke structure, okay? Two scenarios, what you could have done here. This happens all the time, by the way. We saw this also happening a week ago again. Same pattern, okay? But what happened here? We closed below, leading into the wrong direction. We take all that liquidity. You know that a lot of people get stopped out. You try to enter a small long position here. Risky trade, riskier side trade here. Next one is that reversal, okay? The NFP usually creates these pivots here. So breakout, closure, multiple closures above. That's potentially a potential scenario where we could lead into the continuation. This is on the 1 hour. This could lead potentially into that continuation further to the upside right here. So that closure above that range was eventually a potential fantastic trade opportunity as well. In my opinion, a little bit of a safer trade, obviously with a less risk to reward. But if you see where gold went to, it is absolutely crazy here. Okay, so that's what's happened in October. Now let's go to November right here. What happened in November? Okay, consolidation. It's never the same, but it does rhyme. All right. What do we see here? We consolidated again for 2 or 3 days in a row. Same old story. Okay, same old story. We had this zone. All right. We had the NFP coming along right at this high here, okay? This is where the NFP came. So this is where the NFP was. What happened? We came up. We squeezed people out here. We tapped into this area of supply. This is actually a very nice, clean area of supply that we see right here, okay? We got rejected beautifully at this area of supply here. But what most importantly, what you're going to see right now again, is we pivoted it right away. So instead of going down and going up, we came up and we came down, okay? So what happened here, we came up knowing, and this is important for us for December, guys, sorry, knowing that we had all that sell-side liquidity still built below, okay? So that consolidation, internal, leading people into the wrong direction, then coming down, taking out that liquidity here, okay? October was the same scenario. Coming down, leading people into the wrong direction. Where was that liquidity built? Right above. You see that? Same story. December. Now we're getting there, okay? Very important stuff here. We will find out tomorrow where the most liquidity potentially will be built, okay? We cannot figure that out right now. We need to see a little bit more consolidation in order to move forward here. We still have roughly 24 hours for the NFP to come out here. So that means that we have 24 more candles also coming along right now before we will see the conclusion here. But what does matter a lot here, guys, is again, that the manipulation can always occur at the beginning of the NFP, okay? So what I'm trying to do myself here and what my approach is gonna be potentially here is to not be in a rush when trading, when looking at the previous data, okay? The reason why is because usually you see that people get led into the wrong direction anyways, okay? The chance is higher that this is the case. Therefore, what I'm waiting for is I wait for an explosive move. I see if the liquidity still has not been taken out on the other side, if it's reasonable to go there, and if that makes sense, then I'm potentially waiting for an execution against the trend to potentially flip the manipulation here. So that's gonna be not really a massive position. It's gonna be a small position here. After, let's say, we have a successful trade set up and we actually break the other way, I can start stacking and adding on to my new position right here, okay? So in this case, what we could see, for example, very simple, we start consolidating more up or down, okay? Then we make a move down and then we go up. Then this is an interesting point to look at because you take out the previous lows, we're talking about 207, right? 2007, take out these lows and you start pivoting back to the upside. Could also be, of course, the other side. We have no idea here. It totally depends on how we break above here. You shoot up, you get rejected, and you start coming down in the very short term, taking out all these lows right here. So that's in essence what we're looking for tomorrow. We need a little bit more data for it to come across here, but the previous data is telling you a lot here. So when you see the CPI, the FOMC, you name it, look at the previous data of the last 2 or 3 months to gain a little bit of a better perspective here, okay? So for today, Thursday, a lot of people are still asking what is happening right now with gold at this particular moment. Like we said before, we could see an explosive move in 4 minutes when the news comes out. I mean, it could be, but I do not really have these high expectations right here based upon what we have been seeing before, okay? What is interesting to mention is the following, that we still have this area of supply right here. This is particularly the high that created this particular low. So we're just specifically talking about internal structures right now. You know, we broke this low here. We now pull back once. We potentially pull back in it again. If we do see rejection here, yeah, there is, in my opinion, opportunity or chance that we would come down back lower towards this particular low. You know, still ranging, but staying within that frame, potentially for like a short-term setup. If we do break out to the upside here, then of course we also have this range to look at, which is going to be at around 2043. Okay, that's the next level I'm looking at, and just wait for it to react and see from there. Hope that makes sense. Okay, what you can do here, you know, ask me anything right now for tomorrow. Okay, we're going to be live trading regardless, so I'm going to be there executing hopefully a really clean trade. Omar says, what if you hedge during news and take profit on both sides? I mean, you could be hedging. It depends on your broker, okay? I would be careful though, because you can be entering a hedge position and price can come down. You have to be extremely advanced and sharp and exiting your positions at the right moment in time. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck regardless. And yeah, you can hedge, but hedging doesn't really make sense if you're not making more gains, okay? So yeah, you're gonna be still having the same P&L. So it totally depends on your exit strategy here. The Da Vinci Company, what do you think the implications of the NFP will be on the dollar yen? That's a good question here. The yen is looking extremely strong. Let's first wait on how we break and close above here, okay? I want to see a daily closure here. If you see a closure above here, I'm much more confident about the yen for the next coming days and even weeks ahead of us here, because the yen is doing something very, very special. I really like what we're seeing for the yen right now, whereas the dollar at this particular moment, for now at least, potentially can still break the lows here. So you could say that we're leading more into bearish sentiment. I have not even seen the dollar against the yen yet, but this is my my current prediction here. For the NFP, we truly have to see what the current status will be, but it's the same scenario. Look at the previous data after the last 2 months. Look at where the dollar index is at. Look at where the yen basket is at, and you will come to a very nice conclusion here. Okay. So gold. Guys, hope that helped you a little bit here. We're not going to keep it too long here. Tomorrow we're going to have a big trading day regardless. October, November, December. Do your research here. It's getting extremely interesting, okay? Very curious to see how we move along here. Right now, I would say that let's just simply wait for the news to come out. Real quick, see how we develop here. And then I think that we have something extremely beautiful, okay? Lorenzo, please look at the weekly dollar index chart. Yeah, we have been looking at it before. Yes, okay, beautiful. Yeah, news. We have some news coming today, guys. So yeah, let's quickly look at how we react here. Like I said, I do not have the highest expectations for today's news due to the fact that tomorrow is going to be the big day. But anyways, let's see what we have here. What happened to your hand? Yes, I broke my hand. I broke my hand, unfortunately. There we go. News, initial jobless claims, dollar. 5 minute, pushing up. Okay. Gold. So far, moving a little bit here, guys. Let me remove this real quick for you. There we go. Do we see a massive expansion here for gold right now at the moment? Not particularly yet. Okay. Based on this move here already, I do not really have that high expectations here for today's session. I think we're going to range a lot here, build more liquidity. Tomorrow is going to be the big day. I think this is where the money is at. So let's see how we can benefit from it. Okay. All right, guys. Last but not least, I think we have something extremely amazing to announce here. The V3 Limitless live trading, the signals, the tests, the analysis here from our elite team of mentors, of key traders that are helping other people out. To the courses, you name it, it's all open again from today. We are back on track here. Going to talk a little bit more about it tomorrow, but this is going to be big, guys. Okay, we have been working on this extremely. We have been closed for the last 6 weeks. We are now back open again to recruit new traders in the V3 in our community here, to follow, to get access to our private live streams, our signals, you name it. We've been working very hard here. Optimization over everything. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to head into Discord right here, have some fun with the family. Make sure you tune in week-to-week basis here. The setup, 8 a.m. EST. Tomorrow, special live trading episode for you. Hope today helped a little bit here. You know what I'm going to do here for a goal tomorrow. So with that in mind, be prepared and let's execute and win. Have a great day, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.